Boom. Now we're going to see if this works because let's see. On my end, everything looks good. On your end, I don't know how it looks. I don't know if it looks choppy. I don't know if it's streaming great. It's one of the things we get to sit and play with as we're in the new space. New backdrop. Ooh, that'll probably change because once we get through with everything, we're going to change up some things. And so we'll talk about that here shortly. So welcome back. Tuesday with Todd, this March 10th, 2020. Been gone a couple weeks. We tried, we were going to go live on our way to the airport or to the overnight 2 weeks ago. Ran into snow. Thought it probably wasn't the brightest idea to go ahead and be live driving in snow. So we pulled off of that one. And then we went ahead and we're in Mexico. We're going to do that on Tuesday night. We're going to do that on Tuesday night live from Mexico. But so the phone may be water resistant, but it is not foam resistant. So the Tuesday afternoon foam party did my phone in. I had pictures, everything up until Friday was good. So wedding day, Sunday, Monday, that stuff did not save to iCloud. So I was out of luck there. So that's why we didn't go live last 2 weeks. So here we are, new place. If you tuned in on Small Business Saturday for Aaron, you went on a tour of this. Now, once we get situated, we'll be able to take in another tour of how we are with everything right now, but we're still putting it together. These guys right here, best $50 you can ever spend if you're trying to hide stuff. You just use the tablecloths hanging from the top. Covers it, looks great. So, welcome everybody. Welcome Connie and Barb and Nan. Good to see everybody. Tonight we're just going to kind of recap what's going on, stuff in here, but we're going to see how well the signal lasts. Tomorrow is when we are supposed to get our assessment for internet. So 8 and 12, and then know how soon we can hit it. So right now, we are just using the mall's internet, which is not the greatest. We've had problems with it dropping all day. And pull up a hotspot, and that might work a little bit better. But this is what you get. So we'll know more tomorrow when we can do that. The big thing is I'm hoping to have it by next Wednesday because next Wednesday is training for Equid, so how to build an Equid site. That I'm really looking forward to doing. But if we don't have internet here, then we're going to have to go to the home studio and do it there. So I'm going to have to set that up. So cross fingers, we have everything set up here because then that'll make it way easier than trying to set everything up at home. I don't think that's something I want to do at Panera or what's that other place? Starbucks. Yeah, those are my kind of two go-to places when we want to do stuff outside of here because, hey, free internet and good food. So we've got that. So where have we been? Well, if you know, we got married. So we're down in Mexico for last, 10 days or so? 8 days. 8 days we were in Mexico. We got back last Wednesday. When we came back here into the store, we had the kids move everything over here. We came in the store Thursday. Everything from the store was in here, pushed to one side. So we had a total of Thursday, Friday, so less than 48 hours now that I think about it, because Thursday, I was just in a funk. It was probably about 12, 1 o'clock, and I said, you want to go get some Mexican food? Because prior, the day before, we were in Mexico, and it was great. It was like 40 degrees here, and not great. So I just was not feeling it, so we got out of here. I needed that day to just kind of, get back into things. So then Friday, we hit it hard. So Friday, I got in here about 8. Didn't leave Friday night until about 11:30. Then hit back in here Saturday morning. I was here at 6:30, and we were open by noon. I think noon, 1 o'clock. It was somewhere right in there. And then Aaron Surprises was showing up, so he was able to come and see what we did and no more. I'm thinking about it was less than 48 hours. So I think we did a pretty good job of it. Sales were good on Friday because we were still doing orders, still stuff coming in. Sales were good on Saturday. Yesterday, it was the same thing. We've come to the conclusion that if you are in a mall and you want sales to come through the door, just go to order Chick-fil-A, and then orders just start walking in. We did about $100 in sales in 15 minutes while we went to go get Chick-fil-A. So it was, it is what it is. We're used to that. Um, so now, what do we still have left to do in here? There's still banners that need printed. There's still some pricing that needs done. There's still a ton more decals that need put out, a ton more shirts there. So bare bones of it, it's up, it's running, it's a functional store. Behind the curtains, craziness, complete craziness back there. So we're going to do everything we can to get that organized here in the coming weeks or so. So while we're doing that, we also still have production coming on. So we still have wholesale orders going out. So we still have the decals, the signs, the banners, spangles, all that fun stuff is going out while you're still trying to build a store, while you still have people coming in. Now, let me tell you something. This last week, that last week while we were down there, I was really debating if I wanted to reopen. I was thinking the money that we spend on overhead, I can save that, do a build out at the house, keep everything there. But one of the issues of doing everything out of the house is to stay committed, because it is tough. It is tough to, when everything is there, to just, I can push it off because it is right there. At least when we've had the standalone store, it's, we have to come here, we have to do something, we have to work, we have to leave the house to go do work. And we do have a press and we do have a cutter at home. So if we need to do something, we're able to, as long as the material's there. But it was real simple to put things off and do that. Whereas when we come here, it's work, and we go home, it's kind of go home. It also doesn't help that I've looked at kind of picking up some other pieces of equipment that in this coming year, I know it's going to happen. It's nothing I need. It's definitely a want, and I've wanted it for a while. So we'll give you no clues on that. It'll just kind of happen there. We do have a new product that should be here by the end of the week, which today's Tuesday. Yeah, it should be here. I'm hoping that my supplier can get it in tomorrow, and I can pick it up tomorrow afternoon with my other supplies. So that is going to be a fun printed project that I think everybody is going to love and enjoy, or it's going to be a complete bust and turn out like crap. I don't know. I haven't seen it in person yet. I've only read about it, and I've only seen pictures, so I haven't even seen videos to see how it comes out. So we're going to be the guinea pig. I said, sure, let's go ahead and try it. So you're going to bring this stuff in for me, and I'm going to see what we can do with it. And I think if it plays out well, it is going to be something fun and enjoyable for everyone. So that's coming up. Like I said, if I'm lucky, they'll have it here tomorrow. If not, I think we'll find out. We'll find out when we go pick up the rest of our stuff, and we can plan that out. And then, like I said, next week we've got the Equid training. Can't wait for that. Been working on that, getting that ready to go. What else do we have coming up? We've got the DAX shows coming up, which let's talk about shows. There is quite a few shows, events, towns shutting down over the coronavirus. Well, to me, that's kind of crazy because the flu takes more people than coronavirus does, but we're shutting everything down. So I don't know what's going to happen with the shows. I don't know if we're able to plan and get things back from it, but we have DAX Minnesota coming up the first part of April, and we have DAX Chicago coming up like the 22nd, 23rd, somewhere in April. So 2 DAX shows, within 3 weeks there. Then we've got NBM Indianapolis in June. Those are the ones that I think Chicago for sure. That's our go-to one. Indianapolis. Yeah, that was really tough to say. So NBM Indianapolis, that one is almost for sure a go. And I'm really, really going to try and make DAX Minnesota here in just a few weeks. So if you'll go to DAX Minnesota, let me know. Let me know what to expect. I think I'm really going to shoot it hard to be able to that one. Barb, yes, DAX show, Tinley Park. We will be there. We'll be there working a booth to be yet to be named. There's probably there's a good chance that OSG will have a booth, or at least partial booth will be there. We could also be helping out in the Rhinestone Worlds booth. So Number one priority here, I think Corey might go over to Rhinestone World and help them out there. So we're going to spread the love and be out there. County will be at Tinley. Tinley Park's a fun show. So, it's not super huge, but it's not also super small. It's a nice mid-sized show. Great training. If you have not signed up for classes, 100% sign up for classes. The classes offered there are great. Now, the Friday night, they have a dinner, which, is a decent dinner. You're eating for free. So anytime you eat for free, it's always a good thing. But Scott puts on a great spread there for you, puts on a great show. And then from there, we'll more than likely do the same thing that we did last year. Buffalo Wild Wings, which is kind of just across the highway from there. We'll do that probably 7, 8 o'clock, somewhere in there, just for kind of after hours meet and greet networking. We had a really good time last year. I think we ended up with 1, 2, 3, we ended up about 8 tables of people, that just kind of intermingled with everybody. It was a fun, good time, and hopefully we're able to do it again. That's the plan as far as everything I know right now. That is the plan, to have Buffalo Wild Wings the Friday night after the show. Now, yes, Treasure Park in Minnesota, I've heard great things about it. So, I heard there's nothing else really to do besides there. So that's why it makes it the most fun. Some kind of bowling alley or something there. So maybe we'll have to do a meet and greet shootout. I suck at bowling, so maybe we can figure something out fun with that. But I'm gonna try and pull that off. It just depends if getting things caught back up here, I get everything in the right order here. If I can just be able to get away again so quick, so soon, after we were just in Mexico, and then we're leaving again in there at the end of middle or whatever it is of April. I'm gonna do my best. We just gotta, if it works out, we'll be there in Minnesota. But Tinley Park for sure, we will be at. Indianapolis, pretty positive we'll be at. But as we've seen, there's been, JDS after next week's show, they're pulling out of shows, until this blows over. So JDS is pulling out of shows. I saw Ryonet was pulling out of shows. So you have people pulling out of shows. So who knows what's really going to go on? Are they just going to cancel the shows altogether? So if you're making any travel arrangements for any show upcoming in the future here, check and see what the cancellation policy is, because that's the last thing that you want to do is, be stuck in a place. So just plan accordingly, that anything can happen, and it could be out of there and be good to go. So we have that. We've had great response before we left for the decal deal. I think that's what I'm just going to call it, the decal deal. We did you get so many for $100. So I think we're going to start doing monthly specials like that, where we're going to put things together, and whether it's the decals, whether it's the printed HTV, whether it's banners, we're going to try and put some things together for you. So it's super simple for you to order, super cheap for you, and that way you can make good money. So I think we're going to start doing those monthly. So look for those coming up. What do we have here? Manson Shid, photos of Matt bowling from last year. I've heard it was a great time up there. Now I know Matt won't be there this year because that is the ISS. There's I think it's the ISS show that is down in Orlando that same weekend. So they were going to split 2 shows. So they're going to send one crew to Minnesota and then one there. So I'm not sure who's going to be at which booth, but I'm pretty sure Matt's going to be in the Orlando one. Yeah, like Pilar was showing us earlier when we were talking, that the prices are right. Depending on where you're flying to and out of, some of the pricing is amazing. The flights are great on it. Now, some of them aren't. When we looked at a couple different flights that were going to take places, it wasn't much different. In fact, it was a little bit more than what we normally would pay. And then we also received a message from our travel agent that said a lot of the international resorts and that are deeply discounting things because people still show up. And like I said, this is so far based on the numbers, more people get infected and die from the flu every year than what this does. So I think wash your hands. Pretty simple, right? Wash your hands, cough in your sleeve. Don't touch your eyes, if you sniffling and sneezing and things like that. It's all stuff we should have learned, back in elementary school, do that. You'll be safe. You'll be fine. If you're over 60, maybe you won't be safe. Is that what they're saying? I'm not over 60, so I'm not worried about it. But it's just kind of like the flu. So I'm not 100% worried about it. And if there's an advantage to take care of something, that we're able to get into a show or we're able to get other places for better rate, I'm definitely going to jump on it. So we talked about where we were, about the wedding, talked about the move. Still not done. These things are starting to grow on me. So these might become a better, might become a part of the store. I just got to figure a better way to mount them because I just put them up there with tape real quick. So I think I might get some, might put, what are those module things? Grommets. I might put grommets in the corner of them, fold them over in that, and then actually use the runner hangers, put them on those. So that way it kind of looks more of a finished product on it. Oh, look, I just got an alert that says that Coachella just canceled. Well, they didn't cancel it, postponed it. So Coachella is usually in the middle of April. They moved that into October because of concerns of the coronavirus. It looks like Stagehouse, Coachella and the Stagehouse Music Festivals both have been postponed until October due to coronavirus concerns. So just stay updated every day when you're going to go out and do stuff. Yes, Pilar, I was really thinking about going back to the Ryu Palace in Coastal Maharas because, man, I don't know if you've ever done an all-inclusive, and if you haven't, I would highly suggest that you do one. And you're going to spend more money on it, but it's great to not be told no and just eat steak for lunch every day and whatever you want for dinner and have tons of drinks handed to you and have pool parties and shots and lose a phone. It's amazing. Renee, you haven't really missed much of anything. Nothing you already know. Here's the move. We're here. We had a wedding. That was it. Internet is supposed to meet with the guy tomorrow. So I'm hoping, crossing fingers, that they can get me in soon so that it is not so there's not a big crazy fiasco for next week for the Equid training. Because otherwise we'll have to do it out of the house, and then I might have to send the kids away or something because they don't know how to stay silent unless they're still sick. That's the other thing we ran into. So we got back Wednesday. Thursday was kind of a ball day. So Friday we hit it. Boom, boom, boom. Saturday we opened. Aaron came up, took Aaron out to our taco place. So I took Aaron to Adolph's, followed up by our ice cream place, Whitey's. He understands now why I'm Fat Dad, because it is so simple to get super fat with super good food that we have here. So we did those. Sunday was just kind of a loungy day. Actually, it was our neighbor's birthday. It was kind of decent here. Crazy wind. Wind just killed it here. If you took the wind away, it would have been an awesome day. But we was able to slide in the store and work for a little bit. I actually left. I was going to go home for a few. We were just going to call it good. And somebody that inspires me and I look up to, Tom Round from Vision Tees, actually stopped by. I wasn't here. Totally kicked myself in the butt for that. I came back to the store. I waited because I had stuff to do here anyway, just by chance hoping he would come back. He didn't. So next time, Tom, when you're in the area, let me know beforehand and I'll make sure I'm here so we can do that. But I was super excited that he sought us out and stopped by just to see if we were here. So thanks for that. And then Sunday night, one of the kids started not feeling well. So we went ahead and Monday, one stayed home from school, one went to school and got sent home sick. Last night, spent time in the ER for CT scans, thinking maybe appendicitis, nothing there. Hudson has strep throat, awesome there. Hattie wasn't feeling good today, so I kept everybody at home. They stay home. I came into work. We'll just bang stuff out, and we'll hit it hard tomorrow when we get things better. But it was the sickness is real. It's not coronavirus. It's just strep throat and some other thing. But so far, so good on that. So that's the update. That's where we've been there. One of the things that that we talked about on Saturday was how do you continue to work when you have things like this? When you're your own boss, when you're your one man, two man shop, if you're not working, money's not coming in. Things aren't getting done. While we were in Mexico, yet we had our listed on our sites that things were going to ship out after we got back in. So I still try to check things at least every morning. I would wake up in the morning because I don't sleep well. There's nothing better than grabbing the laptop and going to sit out on the deck and overlooking the ocean. It was totally amazing. Figured out I need to have about $125,000 a year in profit of digital products. That way they don't cost me anything to produce. And then I could just live at the resort all year round. I could have Corey there, I guess, but we could have that suite all year round, and I can just work from there. So there's life goals for you. If you to just live the resort life, why not, right? Set your goals high. But I was able to try and check things, stay on top of them while we were there. We're still able to process invoices, still able to do that. So when we came back, we didn't miss a beat. We were able just to keep selling, keep producing, keep getting things here. And Friday was a tough day because the gate wasn't open. But we still had orders coming in. And Saturday, open the gate back up. We did change our hours though. That was something that I felt that I needed to do for the health of myself and of the family unit. Was I needed to start taking more time away from here and giving more time back to myself. So before we were here from 10 to 6 Monday through Friday, and then we were here from 10 to 4 on Saturday. The all opens up at 10. I was getting here between 7 to 8 in the morning anyway, so I was doing 7 to 8 in the morning till 6 at night, doing that Monday through Friday. Saturday was getting here by 7 until 4, so it took a lot. So we changed hours. Now we're only going to do 10 to 5, and on Saturdays 10 to 3. I'll still probably be getting here 7, 8, but the last 2 days I haven't. I didn't come until almost 10 o'clock. It was nice. It was nice just being able to be around the house and that. So, with the sick kids, what can we do to help out there? We love being able to take the kids to school every morning. It was nice, for the last couple days before we left to go pick them up. But, Corey's able to do that every day for us. It's nice on Saturdays too, to be able to, do things. At 4 o'clock, by the time 4 o'clock came and you close out the store and you get out of here, we're getting home for 4:30, 5 o'clock. Things are done for the day. So being able just to take that time back and do what we want to do, that's what we work for, right? We all work to be able to do the things you want to do. And if work is stopping you from doing that, or work is preventing you from, living the healthy lifestyle that you need to, stop and assess it. It's not for everybody. This isn't for, everybody that, they just think, oh, you're a small business owner. You can, do whatever you want, whenever you want. Yeah. But if I choose not to work today, I also choose not to make any money today. When you have that 9 to 5, you have that vacation time, you have that sick time. We have, that insurance that is right there, ready to go. With this, all that stuff's coming out of your pocket. So you really start, wondering days if it is. And like I said, if somebody came in here today and wrote out a check, and here you go, I would walk away and I'd put my money in other stuff, and I'd excuse me, I do more on the backside, more of the coaching, more of the mentorship, more of the training. That's where I'm seeing the path go. That's where I'm feeling really excited about. That's where I'm feeling where I'm getting more. I'm getting more. What's the best word I'm looking for? I feel like I'm seeing more growth in myself when I can see others grow. I'm getting more of that satisfaction. That was the word. Getting more satisfaction out of seeing those aha moments from people. Getting those messages from people that are like, hey, I listened to you and I kind of changed this up a little, and I just want to let you know it worked. And I'm doing great, and thanks. It's great making shirts for people, and seeing their faces and doing that. And yeah, I would miss that. But to be able to help somebody else overcome their fear of their business, to have somebody else say, hey, I was able to go from nothing. And this month I put an extra $500 in my pocket. I mean, I remember when $500 in my pocket was huge. And that was an extra week's pay that I was putting in my pocket every month. It was like, yeah. And then when you do that, and now it's an extra $1,000 in your month, I'm like, that was all of our play money. It was like, we're going on this trip, we're going here, we're buying this. It didn't matter because that was coming in. And I wasn't putting it back in the business. And then once I started taking it serious and putting everything back into it, it was great. I did. I sucked it up for a year or so, 2 years, where it was just every dime that this thing made went right back into it. How much equipment did we spend out in the last year? How much, and it was tens of thousands of dollars that we're putting back in it for equipment, for training, to continue to grow our business, to do the things that we want. And now what's preventing me from growing anymore is me. I mean, I was saying on Saturday, here in the mall, there's 64 stores. There's 49, 47, something like that, filled. So there are some vacancies here. Of those, I want to say probably a third of them are small local businesses. We only work with 3 of them. And why is that? Because I went to the other ones and dropped it off. The other ones I talked to and knew the people that were there and like, hey, yep, we can do this for you. So we take care of their shirts, signs, banners, things like that. I can do it for all the other places. Why don't I? I don't know. Is it because I'm lazy? Is it because I don't want the business? Is it because I don't want the hassle? Any and all of the above. I'm happy with where we were and not sure where I wanted to take the business. Did I want to commit to things that I didn't know if I could fulfill? And then if we take one step outside of our circle of our, because if this mall is our circle and then outside of it, then we've probably got maybe 100 businesses around the mall, within the area here, and we're only doing things for 2 of those, so 2% of that, they're all getting shirts, they're all getting signs, they're all getting banners, they're all getting stuff from somewhere. Why is it not me? Because I went out there and pushed it. They don't even know if we're here. So a lot of it when it comes to thinking about, is my business as successful as I would like it to be? The first thing you do is stop and look at yourself. We did, I don't even know if the one thing I like about this is I got wheels. And so, I can like, and I don't see it. So that didn't work. So we did yesterday. I don't know if any of you guys have it in your area, but the localsloveus.com. So these guys, so we were nominated this past year. We didn't make the top tier ones. We were but we were nominated. So they came in and wanted to see if we were interested in doing the advertising with them, which, if you know me, I am not going to. It takes a lot for me to advertise in print, radio, television. And why is that? Because I can't change my message when I want to without some big crazy revision process, and I can't change it daily, and I can't track it as well as I'd like to, as quick as I'd like to. So they came in, and they give out 70,000 catalogs a year. They mail out 45,000, and the other 35 get placed and basically like the thrifty nickel, penny saver racks throughout the year in the area. And they have a decent digital presence. They on their social media, they've got 12,000 followers that are there, and they do a lot of things with that. So their pitch to me was for a quarter-page ad in this thing. We're going to be in the business section for business stuff, because that's where I'd like to focus my stuff at, because I think we get a bigger return on that. In fact, I know we do, because most businesses that you deal with, they have their stuff ready to go, and it's not so much hem-haw around stuff. It's like, let's just see what we can do and go. So their deal to me was $2,600 for a quarter-page ad for a year. I said no, because there's no way I can put a single ad in a single book for $2,600 and not be any way to see it. I said that ad needs to produce me at least $26,000. I said if it can't, then it's no good to me. And I went through and I showed them, here's how Facebook ads work. Here's how this works. Tell me, why I should do yours when I can do this. So the long story short is we kind of went back on different things, and I did. I ended up signing up for an ad with them. The way that we're going to work is we are doing, we're getting that quarter page ad for $1,000 cash, but, or no, not $1,000. Yeah, was it 1,000? No, yeah. I have to look. I have to look back at it because I don't. It's either 1,000 or 1,200. That's a good question because I think it was. I'm gonna look and see because I definitely need to double check that. Where's our where's our little thing up there today? Yeah, it was 1,200 cash. That's what it was. So it was 1,200 cash. So it was 1,200 cash, but they're gonna do $100 a month. So hey, I only got to come up with $100 a month. They're also going to do $1,000 in trade. So that means as they need swag for things, whether it's signs, T-shirts, banners, decals, koozies, things like that, they have $1,000 in store credit for it. Now, the other thing that I was able to get out of them was 10 Facebook posts a year. And now what that means is that they are going to promote us 10 times throughout the year with giveaways. Now, we'll supply the giveaway. So, say we'll do a tumbler. Here's a tumbler that we're going to put in there. We're going to give it to them. They're going to design the ad. They're going to run the ad. They're going to promo the ad. They're going to push the ad. They're going to do everything there with the ad. So all we have to do is provide a product. I'm going to build a single one product liquid store. So here's the one product. Here's this. So they're able to provide a link for it where people can go there and buy it. They can sign up for it. You know, they can sign up for the information. They can either sign up on the post. So we're working on that. But here's the link. Here's this. So I look at it as I'm spending $100 a month. They're promoting to 12,000 people. We're going to probably run a 1 or 2 week thing for that. It seems really reasonable for me, and it's something I can track. And it's $100 for what we're saved, for what we moved. If I want to grow this, it's time to start investing in myself, invest in our business, invest in us. So we're going to try it. You know, all they're going to do is not work out, and I say, you know, hey, this is why it didn't work out. I totally prove them and tell them, hey, because this is all we did, it didn't work. So that'll be us. We've been nominated. So that'll be fun to go through that process with you guys to show you how we're doing on that. It'll be good to, we can see the numbers. Here we build an ad, well, they build an ad, but everything is going to be local for us. So, you know, it'll be perfect for that. And with them, like I said, they've got 12,000 followers in it. And that's kind of like the go-to of, you know, when their voting comes to, their voting is all done, you know, by people. It's not, you know, it's not a bought-in, buy-in vote. It's actually voted on for people. So that's what we have going on there. Who did we hit here? So let me go back and check and see because it seems like I might have missed some people. So yeah, Renee's been there, done that. Toy's getting her eyes away. Hello, Jessica and Tanya. Hello. Sharon, I'm scheduled to attend NBM show in Irving this weekend. Got an email today. So far, the show is still on. Good to know that show is still on there. Yes, Tanya, health is important. Glad to see that Jay was back in on the Kmart Intercom today. I think that is amazing. You know, his thoughts, his prayers, we're all there for him. Which also reminds me, I need to repost the link for Joseph for his bench. I think we're sitting at about 1,200, 1,300, somewhere in there for that. 3,500 is the total. I think Matt said on his end they've got like 800 so all in we're at 2,000. So we're about 2/3 of the way there. I'm going to post that. I'm going to post that tonight. I'm going to post it tomorrow. I'm going to try and post that once a day. I'm really going to hit that hard. You know, if you've donated, I really appreciate that you donated. If you haven't and you can't, no worries there. Share it so that way you know it can get out there. So share it in as many of the crafting groups you can because Joseph was a big part of all of the groups that we had. You know, he was in the sublimation, he was into HTV, he was into wood carving, he was into tons of different things. So share the love on that. We're going to get this bench for him. So Renee, I should see if I can work out a trade with Adolph's and Whitey's. That wouldn't be a bad one to do some trade with them. Because we did do a spirit card promo as well, which those come out end of this week. No cost to us. All we had to do was put an offer out there. So the offer that we put out there was spend $20 or more, get $5 back, $5 off, use it once daily. Our reasoning with that is because a single color shirt, single color design, $17.99. So they're not going to be able to use it on that. 2-color shirt, that they're at $22.99. So they can use it at that, but when you kick it back down, really not losing much on it. Where we're going to see it at is when the teams do their names and numbers. So somebody's going to come in and they're going to order a shirt, name, number on it. They're basically going to get the name for free. When somebody comes in and with the 2 football jersey, we charge them $14 for it. If they get a couple more name, or they, 2 kids here, they're going to save on that. So, I figured, what the hell? It was free for us to do. Put our name out there. We're here in the community. We're here to help. So let's see what that goes. So, like I said, this is the year that I'm going to start pushing more on our side. I'm going to start practicing more of what I preach. If we want this to grow, and I want this to stay around, then I need to do those same things. I need to get out here and start pushing more on it. I might even break down and hire somebody this year. Gasp, I know, because I don't want to do that. But I also want a lot of my life back. I want to be able to travel to more shows. When Aaron came up here this weekend, I had an amazing thought where I was thinking, how fun would this be to take this on the road? That we could just go to somebody's shop and let's sit and have an interview with them. Let's talk about how you're doing and things we can help you with, which that's one of the things that we're going to add on here for Tuesday with Todd, is that I'm going to put a form out probably tomorrow. But, just kind of get topic ideas from you and things you want to talk about, things here. And then I also see who wants to be a guest, who wants to come on with me, excuse me, who wants to talk about their shop, about what they do, where they came from. So kind of more like the interview style series where we can do that for a little bit in there. I'm not going to take up all your time. It's not going to be super, I'm not going to be super intrusive on it. You'll have your list of questions before. I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask you anything crazy. But I want to, make this as much about all of us, and others can see, hey, that anybody can do it. Whether you're still working out of your house and you just started and you just want to talk about how you came from it, whether you have, a 10,000 square foot warehouse where you're doing, $5 million a year, there's the big gamut in between there. And I want everybody to know that we all started somewhere and we can all grow somewhere too. So let's see about putting that together there. Good evening, Mildred. And Pilar was here. Oh, look, Aaron did just get here. Time got away from me. He was writing his articles for A&E magazine name dropper. I haven't read anything for anybody. Maybe the daily paper from high school once, but I'm not a good writer. I can express things well, and then I give it to somebody. I did write one article for a online sublimation magazine. I gave my information there. She took it and worked it, and it sounded amazing. So I was super excited about that. But so I guess I could say I have published one article. I don't know if I could publish more. I just like a bunch of run-on sentences, and then I need somebody to go back and fix it there. So other Renee's here. Renee Matsushima. I can never get that one. Matsushima, right? Matsushima. I think I got it that time. Let's see. Connie has a district-wide PTO meeting on Thursday. So excited to have the whole district there. Good luck, Connie. You're going to kill it because you know what you're doing. You got this stuff. Jesse, good to see you there too. Listen to Aaron telling me I should hire. Listen, Aaron, once we hire, we're in Illinois. So that just is a game changer right there. Now we got payroll taxes. Now we've got workers' comp. Now I don't think I have to mess with the insurance yet. But we'll have unemployment insurance. So we've got all this other fun stuff to add on there. And I need that employee to generate, one employee, paying them a decent wage. I need them to produce about $50,000 to $60,000 of revenue to be able to support themselves. Good rule of thumb is 100,000, but that's if you're paying somebody like amazing money, in our industry for that. If here, for them working part time for something like that, if they can do $40,000 to $60,000 in revenue, then it would make it worth it for me. So that's on me. That means I need to increase an extra I need to increase an extra $4,000 a month to be able to do employee $1,000 a week. It's going to go, so there's ways to look at that. I could get there. It's going to take getting me over that hump, because then I can spend more time here working on this, because this is the goal. That's my goal. That's my goal is to fly across the country, travel on trailer, come here, help move that bus. Let's make you a successful business. That's the goal right there. Who else we got here? Tammy said from her experience this year, I'd like to talk more about small business owners and self care. Health crisis is super scary. That is absolutely right. Nobody, I don't think any of us plan for the future. Especially when you own your business, you plan for the now. Christine had posted something, and one of the things that I'm fearful is everything. I mean, what if tomorrow I don't wake up, or what if I break my hand, or break my leg, or I get coronavirus? How does that affect my business? How does that affect the family? How does that affect anything? Taking that week off to Mexico, that changed my outlook on a lot of things. Before I worked hard so I could play hard, and this is the first time in 12 years that I actually took a vacation and spent more time on my vacationing than work. Because before I was always attached to a phone, I was always doing something. It's always some way, shape, or form still doing, a fair amount of work for the business while I was still on it. And for some people that's great. Some people don't mind that. Just being in a different setting and doing that, is a vacation to them. Not being in the hustle and bustle of being in the shop and having to deal with that. Being able to do it poolside on the beach, having that different outlook on it changed it. For me, man, it was nice not having to worry about anything. I do fear a lot of things, and that made me realize that one of the things that I fear the most is just not being happy. Being stuck in a place and not 100% happy with where you're at, and how do you stop that? And you decide what you want to do. Does the job make me happy? Yeah. Does the business make me happy? Absolutely. You guys working with you make me happy 1,000,000%, and that's where I'm finding that is making me way more happy than this. So this is making money and it's doing great. But when I find something else that I'm more passionate about, that I can help more people with, and I can do more things with, and actually the schedule is a lot better, it just makes sense to go there. So that's why I say OSG 2021. We're doing at that resort. We're gonna have we got to figure out a name for it, whether it's a retreat, whether it's a mastermind, whether it's a foam party. We're going to do something where, we'll get together for breakfast every morning. We'll do something, and so that way it becomes a business thing, and we can just all, really get some good information out of it, and then you just have fun the rest of the day, because it was amazing, and we'll do it. Let's see. So where was I? Hello, Vicky. Aaron, the problem with hiring a VA is I don't think they'll come to work here. That's a lot of travel, and but then if they're working here, I have to actually spend real money on them. So it would be great. We'll figure it out. I think uh, starting with it might even be just if I can have if I bring somebody in, I think just on Sundays, and I have them do 12 to 4 on that, and my numbers are what they are, just for pickups, things like that, where I could just have them even sort orders, do things like that, just for 4 or 5 hours on a Sunday. That's a start. That's an extra day open. That actually takes my overhead down, because now that's 4 extra days that we're open a month. So that's an extra 24 hours that we're open. So now my overhead comes down because it's producing more hours. So I can spread that out more. So that's something to think of there. And I think that it's something that could happen. It's just a scary thought to go that, because right now it's me, my family. That's who I'm worried about supporting. Once I hire somebody, I got to make sure I have business to support them, and their funds. And for me and a kid, putting gas in their car, or rims on it, or spray tan, or whatever the hell kids want these days. I don't know. They drive me crazy. But I got to start thinking about them. So change your mindset on that. Connie says her sales girl wants her to buy a trailer so she can set up at school events and sell. So that's the retirement plan for us, Renee. In fact, we're going to need a bigger trailer because we found more stuff. So besides having the printer and the laser, we're going to have a plasma cutter on it. I think that's going to be on there. We're going to have an embroidery machine. That's going to be on there. So we're gonna have a full-fledged shop between the RV and the trailer that we cruise around the country with, and that's gonna be amazing. Let's see. It says, what if you crush it every day and work just to live, not live to work? Exactly. And that's, I think, what was this next one? So the secret to vacation success is to hit the phone party early with your phone. Makes for a better experience. Phone party is on Tuesday. My phone survived a lot, so it did well. But that whole experience, it was just because I did talk business with people. We traveled, what, 2,000 miles to meet people 200 miles away. It was amazing, but just to talk with other people about what we do and that, and then you're always going to talk business, and that's not going to go away. Not being here, it made me realize I missed it because I missed this, but at the same time, I didn't. I felt refreshed coming back on that Thursday. As much as I was gung ho, yeah, let's go to work. I was like, yeah, let's just take another day off and let's just relax. I knew I had a lot to do, and we came in and we pushed it. We made the store open, but you got to take that time for yourself because if you don't, then yeah, what are you working for? Um, Aaron says hire the VA to handle the remote stuff so you can set efficient processes so you can hire less expensive labor from the shop. Trying to help. Yes, yes, you are. So I think that's for what is the process. The process is always the thing because what is the proper process to set up for somebody as an employee? Because as an owner, that you expect what you set up in the morning is not going to be the same come the afternoon. You're going to try and plan it your best, but you know to roll with it and how to handle it when those things come in. You have an employee that are they able to do that? If I have an employee here, how do I make sure that I'm getting the most I can out of them without being overbearing? And I've done it in companies before. It's a big difference when it's my money I'm spending as opposed to somebody else's money. Somebody else's money, hey, you got 90 days to figure this out. This is what we're going to do. Here's our plan, la, 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 la. If you're not working, you're out the door. I'm going to be paying for those 90 days to make sure it works up there. So it's something that's I'm have to plan out for. That's something that I'm really going to have to look down. Like I said, figure out those numbers. I need to build it for about 2-3 months to make that consistent so that number is there so that way I can hire somebody and there won't be any drop off. It won't be, oh crap, we need to go and find more business to make sure we're paying for this person. I often said that my first employee that I would hire would be a commission only salesperson because if they're driven and they have a good product and good price point and they're making good money on it, they'll sell anything. And then that just builds it from there. So maybe that's what I do. Say just hire a salesman. Here you go. Here's the stuff. Here's your pricing. Go out, sell some stuff. We'll take it from there. Cut them out checks for it. They'll be good to go. That increases sales, and I can hire somebody for the store. So maybe that's the plan. It's going to be one of those things to figure out. Um, yeah, like Renee said, make sure you have business cards everywhere you go. How many of you within a hand's reach, and mine, I always have my bag with me, have your business cards? That's one of the things that I notice a lot when I go to places is that I always at least have those ones with me. Now, the number may be wrong on it, but I can cross that off and put it on the back, but I always have something to put on there so that we can give it to people. So look for, and like one of the things in the packaging is we send out, thank yous with it. We send out other stuff with it. We're going to start, hitting you guys up for emails. We're going to start hitting you guys up for, more reviews of product. We're going to start setting you up for take a picture of our product finished and you get discounts on your next one. It's all about that re-engagement, keeping things there because, the more that we're in front of you, the more likely you are to buy from us. So same thing for you. Let's see. Flar said, I don't know what you said to Will, but he was really super jazzed to get me to 100K, like really pushing me because I told him he could do it. I mean, I think sometimes that's one of the hard things when you're somebody on the outside with a spouse is it doesn't it doesn't make sense to you what you're doing or how you're doing it. I didn't know it can be done, but you're able to go ahead and get that taken care of. I know you, Pilar. I know you can kill it. I know you can very easily pull that off. And let's see, 52 weeks out of the 52 weeks a year. If you did it every year, let's just say you're going to take 2 weeks off because you're Polar and you feel like it. But it's probably going to be like 10 weeks off because you're Polar and you feel like it. But we're just going to go 50 weeks. It's only $2,000, of sales a week. How many of your stores do $5,000, $6,000, right? So now, if you actually did any of the other stuff and push it and want to go for it, it's super simple for you to get there. It's super simple for anybody to get to $100,000 in sales. It's $2,000 a week. We did one shirt order on Friday, and it was a $2,000 shirt order. That's one day. So anybody can do it. It's just finding those larger accounts to do it, and finding those more profitable ones. So the repetitive stuff that you can bang in, bang out. Pushing yourself, getting to that drive to do it. You can do it. You can definitely have it there. True story. Oh, the article I just wrote was tips for better hiring. The law of attraction works. I like that. So I cannot wait to read that article because, yeah, I've been a hiring manager before. I've been a firing manager before. I did the HR. I've done all that. Bring people in, and you find out if they're a good fit or not. But like I said, it was always on somebody else's dime. They were the ones spending the money. They were the ones offering up the 90 days. Tough for me to do. And then it's tough because we have people that want to come work for us, and they say, I'll just work for shirts. No, you're not going to just work for shirts, because that might actually cost me more in the long run. So let's set up some kind of pay thing. But they're friends and clients, customers. So now you cross that line there. How is that going to affect the dynamic if they don't work out? If we have somebody that provides us, $4,000 worth of work a year between the different things that they put on and they want to come work for us, what happens if they leave and they take that 4,000 with them? So kind of, leery about that. But so that's what we got. I thought this was going to be a quick one in that, but we ended up getting me going, and we're rambling on. We talked about the wedding. We talked about the move. We talked about how to do things when how to have a life and still run a business. We've got, so upcoming, as we continue to do this, we've got next Wednesday, the Equid training. Like I said, let's all cross our fingers and toes that tomorrow the internet guy says, yes, sir, you'll be good to go. And we're going to have you up and running in 3 days or 4 days, 5 days tops, because otherwise I've got to change stuff at the house and do it out of there. But we've got that coming up next Tuesday. So that's going to be here. We're going to, in fact, I'm hoping that I can at least do, that might be the first product that we offer for our ad. I might just show you, here's how to build. I think that's going to be the easiest way, is it can give you the information in the prior handout. It's going to give you a step-by-step to do it. I mean, hell, you can go to Equid and pull that off and hear all that is. Here's how everything to do it. There's so much resources over there on what every category is, how everything works. I mean, I can bore you with all that information, but you're going to want to see one build out. So that's what we're going to do, is we'll build out a simple one. We'll do one product, maybe two, we'll put there, and it'll be the new stuff that I'm going to run these ads for. And we'll have it on there. So that's what we're going to do and show it. Do we talk about the future? What does the future hold for us, Aaron? The future is going to hold a lot. The future's so bright, probably going to have to wear shades. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Just slide right in there. OSG. We got some great training coming up for that. Memberships are still banging out for those. You're still able to get a deal on those up until tax day. April 15th is tax day. So that's going to be here before you know it. We want to do, we kind of want to blend and morph and do a couple things together there, where we want to use your input on what you need and what we can do to help. Those first ones were just ideas that we've already had, the first two, and now, number three. And then, what more can we help you with? So we're looking for help from you to help develop the program to help better suit you. I know there's a lot of help back and forth, but that's what this is all about, community growing from there. We're going to, I believe, here in the next 2 weeks, our website should be live. I'm super excited about that. Will over at Red Canoe Media, done a bang-up job on that. Everything I've seen on it so far looks amazing, and it's falling into place perfectly. And everything is going to be in one spot there. So you'll be able to, if you missed any of the webinars, that you didn't sign up for, you'll be able to go back and purchase them there at that. You'll be able to do memberships. You'll be able to do everything from there. So super excited about how that's turning out for us. Aaron will be in Dax, Minnesota, maybe with me. Are you driving, Aaron? Are you flying? You on private jet still? You jet setting all over the country? So possibly I might be able to make Minnesota. That one I'm trying for. But for sure, we're going to be in Dax, Tinley Park. For sure, the Friday night, we are going to do the after hours. We got to figure out a good name for it. Because last year it was just the after hour party. So sponsor something like that. We'll get some wings. We'll do something like that. OSG after party. We'll figure that out. But I'd love to see everybody there that makes it to Tinley Park. We're going to come up with some fun stuff for that. It's like 4 weeks out. So you're driving. You got to drive that way, don't you? Maybe you just got to swing by and pick me up. We'll just go. Maybe cross our fingers with that, because that's right in my softball and baseball and everything. I'm trying to get everything in order so I can take time away, because that's what I've found in these last 2 weeks and in this last month of having the gates shut, and we were still producing our wholesale stuff, still producing the orders that came in online locally. Not having that gate open allowed so much free time to be able to do things I wanted. I got spoiled, and it was nice. So now I need to. That's my goal, is to get back to spoiling myself. Okay, so Aaron's gonna swing by and pick me up, and I'm going to Dax, Minnesota. So I better find out about booking a hotel, and Corey doesn't know yet. So Aaron, we'll get together on the details on that. I'm going to Minnesota. There, I said it, so that means I have to go. So Tanya, I will see you in Minnesota for sure. Maybe Jay. It'll be great if Jay can come, but yes. So I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it, and she's in charge of the shop, and I'm just going to walk away. And I did good on set when Aaron was here Saturday. We went out to see the other place that I showed him that we were originally going to get, which blew his mind on that amazing spot. But he goes, customers in there. I'm like, I'm going to let her handle it. And that's what I'm giving up control. That's the first step. So perfect. So Dax, Minnesota, Treasure Island, watch out. We're going to figure out some stuff for there. So we got that. Then we got Tinley Park 2 weeks after that. And then the next one I know we'll be attending, as long as they still have it, will be MBM Indianapolis. So we're setting up for that one. But yeah, I'm kind of gives me something to be excited to look forward to in a few weeks. Yikes. So I got that. Also, I've got, like I said, I've got a new product. I'm not going to tell you about it. It's because I'm not sure when it's coming. It should be here tomorrow. Find out in the morning when I go pick up my stuff. I guarantee if it works, you're going to love it. And it's retro. Let's just say that. If you're a kid from the early 80s, mid 80s, it's something that's going to be fun for you to bring back memories. So I'm hoping it works as advertised, and I'm willing to be the guinea pig for our local place to find out. So that's what we got. We got tons of fun stuff coming up. Made the move. We're on to the big top now. Woo-hee! So on that note, catch Aaron this Saturday at 7 a.m. unless he tells us after the fact that he's not going to be at 7 like he did last Saturday. But we got Saturday for who? Yes, Renee, look in Minnesota. So you're going to come to Minnesota too. Because we can make this work. We'll get, So Aaron will be there Saturday. You got this. Next Tuesday, you have me. We'll find out, hopefully by then, internet, what's going on. I'll keep it up from there. Then we've got next Wednesday, we got building out the Equid store. So I'll get you, some generic info on it. going into it, so you have an idea, kind of a cheat sheet. I'm actually going to get with Equid and see what they can help me produce, so that way it gets you there. I know a lot of times when I talk to them, they're like, just jump on the chat. And when you have issues, go to the chat, go to the forum, because that's where all the information's at for you. And it's totally true, because it is how everything changes. So then what we'll do on Wednesday is I'll build out a store. What product was first? So in April, what product should we give away? You guys help develop that. We'll give away a product. I'll give a product away. I'll give the same one that we're going to do for this Locals Love Us. We'll give that one of those away in the group. So yeah, even though it's something you can make too, maybe we'll just do a tumbler, and that way it gives something, whatever. We'll put something. We'll figure out something good there. Here's the rules of it. It should be high profit margin with low effort. So that way, as we're selling this and we're pushing that to do it, hopefully it'll generate sales to be able to bring this in and pay for it. So that's why I always try push things that I get the highest return back on. Like I said, we'll see Aaron on Saturday. I'll be back here Tuesday. You got me next Wednesday too. Follow us on the group. If you are following us on YouTube, like, subscribe our group. Get in there to Fat Dad Wholesale Presents Business Basics on Facebook. If you're watching us on Facebook, get on over to our YouTube channel, Fat Dad Wholesale, which as we get going now with this new location and the way that this store that I love was set up with, this store was set up with Ethernet cables ran throughout the place. So much easier to network. So behind these is the production area. I'm going to set up a few more cameras. So we're going to start doing production videos, showing how we cut things, show you how we print things, so how the Spangle machine works, how we press things. That's going to be my goal for the next 6 months here, is to at least get, once a week, get a video up on something we did from start to finish on it. So we're going to do the best we can, provide you with the best content we can. So until then, you guys have a great night, and we will see you soon, because we got to figure out something. That's the next thing, is to figure out a sign off. So thanks for stopping by. You guys have a great night. See ya. Bye. End broadcast. Yes, end the broadcast.